It was one of the rare elections across India where a two-time Prime Minister is going for his third elections with zero anti-incumbency. There is a pro-Modi wave across India, and I'm very sure that it will resonate in a lot of constituencies in Kerala also, including in Pathanamthitta. We have a very clear philosophy of how to take India forward. It is with the motto Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas, where we believe in taking 140 crore Indians together. The Congress and this India alliance, they don't have a leader, they don't have a vision, they don't have a roadmap. And whatever they are standing for right now is only meant to divide India and create fault lines. The choice is very clear for every voter. And wherever that yatra has gone for, the Congress actually has performed even worse in the next election cycle. So it is very difficult to correlate Rahul Gandhi's yatra to any of the Congress victories. Right now, people are not even sure what Rahul Gandhi stands for. Right now, you look at the Bharatiya Janata Party. He is trying to create a class conflict in India, where he is, without logic, you are telling that wealth should be distributed proportionately based on without looking into merit or any other thing into consideration. I did not join the BJP for any responsibilities or titles or election tickets. I joined the party because I have full trust in our Prime Minister's vision for India. I have full belief and trust in the direction that the country is going under his leadership, and I wanted an opportunity to contribute towards that. Anybody in this country, 140 crore Indians, we are working to ensure that 140 crore of our Indian population go together towards our destination of being a developed country. And we want to ensure that every single person contribute towards that.
Hi, welcome to another episode of the Statesman Talk with me, Deepti J. Verma. Today we are being joined by Anil Antony, a young promising politician who is fighting his first Lok Sabha elections from Pathanamthitta in Kerala on a BJP seat. He belongs to a great political lineage. He's the son of ex-defense minister, Mr. A K Antony. But due to ideological differences, he split from the Congress last year and joined the BJP, where he's also the national spokesperson and the national secretary. Welcome to our show, Anil.
Thank you.
You know, politics is often, people talk about nepotism all the time in politics, and you've done something completely different. You've started from scratch and broken away from a legacy. How difficult is it to do that?
For me, it was a very logical and it was not an easy decision. It was definitely a difficult decision to leave the Congress party. It is a party which my father is associated with for a long time. And I would still say that I learned a lot from my father and I learned a lot from a lot of congressmen of the old days also. But when I took the decision to leave the Congress, it was difficult, but it was a logical decision to make because I personally believe that every political party exists for a reason, and that is to serve the people and for the interest of the country. The current Congress party, especially in the last 5 years, led by Mr. Rahul Gandhi, it is becoming an outfit that is increasingly cut off from India's political, social, economic, cultural realities. It is going into a fringe ideological spectrum. And they reached a point where I found it very difficult to remain in that outfit. So then I quit. And then I joined the Bharatiya Janata Party a few months later. And again, it was the decision which I believe is something which I had taken with a lot of thinking. And it is a decision that is completely in resonance with the thought process of India, especially young India. You have a Prime Minister who is working with a long-term vision, who in the last 10 years have done unprecedented work in taking our country forward, unprecedented levels of progress, where for the last 10 years we are the fastest growing economy by a long way when compared to any other country. But alongside our growth, we are also ensuring that we are empowering 140 crore Indians. We are giving them avenues of tremendous social and economic mobility. And here is a leader, a Prime Minister who has a long-term vision of ensuring that India becomes a developed country by the 100th year of our independence. And we have short-term, medium-term objectives, for example, in the next 5 years of our third term. This is a Prime Minister who envisions us becoming the third largest economy with similar increases in all social and economic parameters. So this is an outfit with a clear vision, a clear trajectory, led by a man with a vision. While every other alternative, including my old outfit, you look at them and they don't have any direction, nor do they have any vision of how to take this country forward, how to take young India forward. And therefore, for me, it was a very straightforward decision to work for the Bharatiya Janata Party. I'm very thankful for the leadership for giving me the opportunity where on the party's foundation day, the 6th of April last year. I joined the party and the party has been entrusting me with various responsibilities. And I'm ensuring that I do my best and ensure that I also contribute towards our party's and our Prime Minister's vision in taking India forward.
You know, you grew up in Kerala, which is largely considered the bastion of the left, and you grew up with a father who was part of the Congress party. Was it difficult for you to rewire yourself ideologically, or do you think you joined this party more because it's more forward looking and for more practical reasons rather than emotional reasons?
See, there was no emotions involved.
Yeah.
It was a very logical decision. And it was a decision that I took after following my own conscience and my own beliefs. Like you rightly said, Kerala is a state which for the last 70, 75 years, ever since the state has been formed, it has been alternatively ruled by the left and the Congress. And in the last two terms, for the first time in a long time, and the left government came back. But the state has its own characteristics. It has its own social and economic consciousness, which is very aligned towards left and socialism.
Yeah.
But I would also say that, especially like I've been working in the tech sector for a while, the private sector for a while. I've seen growth in a lot of areas across the world. And I do feel that because of the political stances the UDF and the LDF have been taking for a long time, the state is falling further and further behind. Right now, like I earlier said, India is the fastest growing economy by a long way.
Yeah.
We are seeing unprecedented growth. We are creating capacity across sectors from infrastructure to indigenous capacity in many segments. But you look at Kerala, it still we can't claim any industry on our own. It is still a state that is predominantly driven by remittances from outside. There is a tourism sector, but even that is not meeting its potential. And even the constituency where I was standing this time, Pathanamthitta, a constituency with a lot of potential. When I went
Yeah, I was
there, I
going to
realized
ask
that.
you when you were always on the thinking side of politics before this. Now you're contesting for public office for the first time. When you go and meet people on the ground, what are their concerns in Pathanamthitta?
So this is the first time I'm directly involved in electoral
Yeah.
politics. I had contributed to various election campaigns
Yeah.
in the past. But when I went there, I got a lot of time this time, almost 50, 55 days to campaign. A very large
Is it a different
constituency.
world from?
It is very different than,
Yeah.
let's say, election management and
Yeah.
different kinds of campaigning that I'm used to doing. But then in 50, 55 days, every day I took the effort to reach out to people. It's a unique
Does
constituency.
it give you more blood rush, like that kind
It's very. I would say it is definitely. It's an. It's a very wholesome experience. I would say where every day, like you're meeting hundreds of people, sometimes even thousands of people, and it's a very unique constituency where it's one of those places where there are almost 50 plus colleges. So there are a lot of young people. But like I said before, there is not a single industry in that particular constituency. Then there is a large farming population. It's one of the constituencies where the number of women voters are far more than the male voters. But then you look at our manifesto, like you look at our national manifesto, we focus mainly on four areas: Garib, Yuva, Annadata, Nari. And my constituency is essentially a microcosm of that only. So I was interacting with all kind of people, and I understood very clearly that people have aspirations. The young people wanted avenues of social and economic mobility. They wanted employment opportunities. As one of the few constituencies, I would say, across India, where you don't have, in this age of technology, you don't have an IT park, you don't have an industrial park, you don't have a startup incubator, you don't have any central government PSU units. So people wanted job opportunities, people wanted higher income, especially the farming population wanted higher income. Even a large number of nurses are there. Actually, it's one of the constituencies with one of the highest number of NRI populations across India. But most
Yeah.
of them leave because of the lack of opportunities. Then you have a large number of nursing community who had their own different issues that they wanted to be heard. And when I went there, there was a lot of resentment against the UDF and the LDF because personally, the people were looking for another alternative because
Yeah.
after decades of trying these two, their aspirations are not being met. Right now, in my constituency, there is a three-time Congress MP, an incumbent Congress MP who is the member of parliament for the last 15 years. Predominantly, this constituency was a Congress bastion where I would say the last 10 elections, except once or twice, the Congress have won there. But you look at the constituency now, 7 assembly constituencies is there, and each of them are have selected left MLAs. So you have 7 MLAs who are from the left and a 3-time Congress MP
Yeah.
there. But still, people like they are seeing the India story. They are seeing how India is progressing. Like I said before, there are a large number of NRI population there. So people are used to travel and
Yeah.
going and meeting their, let's say, relatives from other
Yeah.
countries. They are used to traveling to other states. So they have seen what development is. They have seen what good infrastructure is. They have seen what good capacity is. And people aspires all that in their own area. But unfortunately, neither of these two fronts were able to deliver. And now people are genuinely looking at a third alternative, and that is when I went there. And then I was one of the few contestants this time who released a manifesto just for my own constituency, which had
Okay.
a very clear
So it was
blueprint and a
specific to
roadmap.
you.
Yes,
Yeah.
a very specific manifesto for my own constituency, which had a very clear roadmap of how we intend to transform Pathanamthitta. So I was very fortunate that the Honorable Prime Minister himself came there one day before the
To
elections
release
were
it?
announced, not to release it, but he came there to campaign.
Okay.
And then he, like in the last 10 years, we had done tremendous work in empowerment and development, where almost 300 plus government schemes had been released by our Prime Minister. And when the PM came there, he himself had said, he was pointing out the number of government schemes that we are implementing in just the district of Pathanamthitta, where almost 5 lakh farming houses are there. And each of them are getting a amount every 4 months because of the PM Kisan Samman Yojana. Almost 3.5 lakh people are beneficiaries of our Jal Jeevan mission.
Yeah.
Almost 1.5 lakh animals had been vaccinated. There are almost 10,000 plus.
So, but these schemes are not reaching this out?
They are reaching the people, but in Kerala especially, because it's a left government, and a lot of these central schemes are branded in their own name,
Yeah.
and people are not even aware that this is our
This is actually
our
coming
vote.
from the top.
So when we went there, we were also very surprised because first of all, it's a state where we have 0 MPs or 0 MLAs. But without any discrimination, we had implemented these 300 plus schemes
Okay.
across Kerala, including in Pathanamthitta. And finally, people were surprised that
That
the
these
only
are actually
development,
coming
the
from
only
the
work
top.
that is happening there
Yeah.
is actually, they are all central government initiatives. And people want more opportunities. They wanted more development. They were very aspirational. It's a state with tremendous potential. And then I released a manifesto just for the constituency, which actually gives a very clear blueprint of how we intend to transform
Yeah.
that place. And it was very well received by the people, especially the young people. I went to various colleges there. I went to many of the hospitals and nursing associations there, many of these farming communities there. And they were all very excited about the possibility of change. So I would say this was one of the few elections where it was one of the rare elections across India where a 2-time prime minister is going for his third elections with 0 anti-incumbency. There is a pro-Modi wave across India. And I'm very sure that it will resonate in a lot of constituencies in Kerala also, including in Pathanamthitta. Along with that Pathanamthitta, there is a 3-time MP there. There was a 3-time MP there. There was
So this anti-incumbency.
so huge anti-incumbency against him was there. Then my other opponent was Mr. Thomas Isaac, who was a 5-6 time MLA and a former 2-time finance minister also. But again, you look at Kerala right now, the state is in deep financial crisis. And people do blame a lot of these people for the state of the dire straits of Kerala's economy. And then we presented a third alternative, which would give them more avenues of growth and more opportunities and development. And
So, are you very positive about your chances?
No. We are very sure that this time we'll have a historic mandate in Kerala.
In Kerala?
We are very sure that we are going to get more than 400 seats for our coalition across India. and multiple of those seats will
So
be
you
from
believe
Kerala.
in that Apki Bar, Char Se Par? You think so?
Definitely, we are aiming for that. We do
Okay.
think that now 2 phases are over, and we are very confident that we have gained at least 10 phases,
But
10
the
seats in
voter
the last.
turnout was a bit lower in the two phases. Do you think that will favor you or the opposition?
See, we looked at it. Even in my constituency, there was a 14% decrease from last time.
Yeah.
Last time was 77%. This
But
time was
Kerala
63.
overall was higher, I believe?
No, it was 7% lower than
Okay.
last time. Across India, there is a fallout.
Hmm.
But personally, we do think even our party also have the same belief, and even I looked at my own voting pattern in my constituency, and we do feel that a lot of opposition members and their parties have already given up on this election.
Okay.
They do understand that we
So
are
you think
winning.
it'll benefit the
So
BJP?
definitely, because our voters have definitely come up. Most of this country have good trust in our PM's vision and the direction we are taking this country into, and they have come out to vote also. But our opposition, especially the Congress, the left parties, they do understand that they are in for a historic loss this time once again. So we do think that many of them have not put that much effort to bring their voters to the booths to vote, and they do understand what is coming, which is why already you see the Congress party, rather than focusing on campaigning or rather than telling what their message is to the public right now. Already they have started blaming EVMs. They have started blaming the election commission.
Thing is fixed.
So,
It's
so
like
they
match
they have
fixed.
already realized that they are losing. They know what this election is about. This is an election to select the prime minister for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
And the country has full trust in our prime minister's vision. For the third time, we are coming back, and we are coming back with a larger mandate than last time. 2014, I think we had more than 280 seats. 2019 was 300 plus. This time, we definitely expect more than 370 for our party. And the Congress party knows that under Rahul Gandhi's leadership, they are going to face an even bigger defeat than the last two elections. So I do think that resonates in the work they are doing across their constituencies. Their people have not come to vote.
Your father came out with a statement that he would like to see you defeated. Is that hurtful, encouraging, or you think that it's like a political statement which, because of his loyalties, it's fair enough?
See, he's a member of the Congress party. He's a
Yeah.
member of the opposition party, and then I don't think that any member from the opposition party will wish that somebody from the other party will
Yeah,
win.
so you think
it's
it's
a
like
very. So he said what he.
Which is right
that
by
was
his party.
So that was he stood by his own party, but it's a party that is continuously being rejected by the people of India in 2014 and 19, and most of the state elections in between, including two state elections in Kerala, 2016 and 21.
But the South somehow seems to be like they're not considered that strong in the South.
So this is fairly relative. You look at
Okay.
the BJP right now. In the last 7, 8 years, 10 years, especially under PM's leadership, we have expanded our blueprint everywhere. We look at the BJP now. We are the world's largest party. We have more than 300 seats in the Lok Sabha. We have almost 18, 19 seats, states which we are governing as a coalition. The last 10 years, we have expanded tremendously in areas where we are previously not that strong. For example, in the northeastern region, the eastern region, 6, 7 years back, we didn't have a single state. But now, 7 of the 8 northeastern states are governed by the NDA, 4 by ourselves, and 3 with our alliance. Similarly, you look at states like West Bengal, you look at Telangana. Everywhere you are seeing growth, where every election we are increasing. We have become strong second party
Stronger.
in Bengal now. And in the south also, you look at India and its current realities. We have more number of MPs than any other party in the south also. So whether it is north or west or east or south, we are the largest party. But in let's
What
say
about
in the
the
north,
India bloc? You think that will be problematic?
the India bloc is just it's old wine in a new bottle, where the same alliance existed in 2014-19 and even previously as the UPA.
Yeah.
So nothing has changed. It is the
Just
same.
the branding
It
has
is the
changed.
same alliance with even lesser partners, because some of their old UPA partners have left. So it is an even weakened UPA which they have renamed. And at the same time, you look at there are 500 plus constituencies in India, 540 plus, and this India Alliance, their members are standing in almost 700 constituencies. They have almost 700 contestants. And it's too many paradoxes at the same time. You look at Kerala itself, the CPM and Congress, CPI, the Muslim League. Now you have Congress and Muslim League as a part of the UDF. You have CPM and CPI as a part of the LDF. they are standing separately in Kerala.
Yeah.
But you look at CPM, CPI, the Muslim League and all outside of Kerala, they don't have any political relevance. The only place where they are having any political relevance, they are fighting with each other. But then their national leaders are all in Delhi together saying that we are in an alliance. You look at West Bengal, again, you have TMC and the Congress and the left are against them there. But then outside West Bengal, the TMC doesn't have any relevance. But then everywhere else they claim to be in an alliance. Same with the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress. So here we are very sure that they are not in a position to translate any of their strengths to each other. They themselves are fighting with each other. They don't have a single leader. We don't know who is their leader.
And you said this is a prime ministerial
Yes, this is an election. This is not an election to choose a few MPs.
Yeah.
This is not an election. This is a election which will decide who will govern this country for the next 5 years, which coalition will govern the country for the next 5 years, who will be the prime minister for the next 5 years. And the people have absolute trust in the direction.
But do you think this Rahul Gandhi's both the yatras have put him in a better stead?
Absolutely no. Because see, last year itself there was this yatra going through somewhere in Telangana. There was a by-election 3-4 days later, and the Congress party's candidate lost his deposit last time, which was a sitting seat for them. The yatra didn't go through Himachal Pradesh. It didn't go through, and the Congress somehow won that state. So, and wherever that yatra has gone for, the Congress actually has performed even worse in the next election cycle. So, it is very difficult to correlate Rahul Gandhi's yatra to any of the Congress victories. And right now, people are not even sure what Rahul Gandhi stands for. Right now, you look at the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Yeah.
We have a very clear philosophy of how to take India forward. It is with the motto Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas, where we believe in taking 140 crore Indians together to our destination of being a Vikasit Bharat by 2047. We have a very clear objective where in the next 5 years, we will transform India to being the third largest economy, where there will be similar jumps in all social and economic parameters, where our people will prosper. But you look at, and it is done in an inclusive manner, where we don't leave anybody behind.
What about
But
this campaign that just came out, the BJP campaign that the Congress has campaigned against, where they've shown a Muslim and OBC and all, it's like a nest. Have you seen it? But that's good. It was accused of being very divisive.
See, we are just showing to the people what the Congress are telling.
What one would want to do.
This is exactly what the Congress party is telling to the public right now. And we are letting the people know what the Congress is trying to do.
Yeah.
Like I said, we are taking 140 crore Indians together in an inclusive manner without leaving anybody behind to our destination of being a developed country in the next 20-25 years. And then Mr. Rahul Gandhi right now, we don't even know what he stands for. He is explicitly and blatantly trying to divide India based on many fault lines. You look at him from one end to India to the another, he is traveling. And he is telling people that we want a caste census. He is trying to divide the society based on caste. Now he is talking about certain kind of economics.
But it's good to get a sense of the population.
Numbers are good, but then alongside that, what he is saying.
What follows?
Where, let's say he is talking about he is trying to create a class conflict in India, where he is without logic. You are telling that wealth should be distributed proportionately based on without looking into merit or any other thing into consideration. Then you look at the Congress manifesto. It reminds people of the old manifesto of the Muslim League under Mr. Jinnah before partition, where you are blatantly telling that certain minorities will be getting special rights, which are not bound by the constitution. So these are all dangerous trends for the country, where you have a leader. I wouldn't even say the leader of opposition, because I don't think that even any of these so-called India Alliance members do support Mr. Gandhi as their leader. But the leader of the Congress, that much I can say. The leader of the Congress is traveling from one end to the another of India, and he is trying to explicitly divide the community, divide our society based on religious grounds, based on caste, and is trying to create a class warfare in India. And these are all trends that can create fault lines, which will be detrimental to India's current trajectory. And then you compare it with what we stand for, where we are standing for 140 crore Indians. We have clear objectives of transforming everybody's lives and ensure that we become a developed country in the future. And the Congress and this India Alliance, they don't have a leader, they don't have a vision, they don't have a roadmap. And whatever they are standing for right now is only meant to divide India and create fault lines. The choice is very clear for every voter. It is to either stand with stability, stand with growth, stand with security, and stand for our vision of a developed and prosperous India in future. And even now, where we are a very already in the last 10 years, we have gone forward quite a lot. We are already one of the leading global powers, and we are only increasing our stature in the global arena also. And the voter has a clear choice of either choosing that or choose Mr. Gandhi's divisive agenda. And this is why we are very confident that Indian voters are very well. They will
Choose
put enough thought and they will choose the right decision.
by themselves.
Because the voters do want a stable, secure, and developed India.
So one of the allegations of the Congress is that the Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan was there's a accusation against him about some gold smuggling case, and they're saying there's some side deal that's been struck, and that's why the BJP is not saying anything. So how do you tackle that? Do you think there's any truth to that?
So this is again a part of the misinformation campaign that is being spread by the Congress party, and this again only questions the credibility of the India Alliance. You look at the India Alliance right now. The CPM and Congress are core pillars of the so-called alliance. You have Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Mr. Yechuri sitting in every forum across India, saying that we are a part of the alliance. In West Bengal, they have an alliance. In Tripura, they have an alliance. In Tamil Nadu, they have an alliance. In Rajasthan, they have an alliance. And then in Kerala, they are coming and they are accusing the CPM in the only state where they are relevant that they are colluding with the BJP, which is fairly outrageous, because it is the BJP which brought forward these issues to Kerala's public, from various scams in the Chief Minister's office to various scams in the cooperative bank society, where the CPM and Congress leaders are equally culpable. So we brought all this in front of the Kerala public. It is because of the protest, and it is because of the groundwork that our state unit put in Kerala that people are even aware of these issues. Okay. And it is the central government agencies that have, they are independent agencies also, but it is because our state government, it is our state unit which brought these issues to public light. And then various agencies started probing into it. And everything is happening only because of the work, the work which we are doing in the state. Both the Congress and the Communist Party had been trying to put all this under the carpet and ensure that this don't come to public light. It is the Bharatiya Janata Party and our state unit that ensured that this comes to public light. And now, during time of elections, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, as usual, without understanding around realities, is going there and talking things which is completely cut off from realities. So, as far as the BJP is concerned, just like every other state, in West Bengal, in Tripura, in Rajasthan, in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala also, the CPM and the Congress, they are a part of the same alliance. And we are fighting them politically and ideologically because we have a vision for India which is not in line with what the CPM or the Congress believes in. Especially Kerala, where a state where the UDF and LDF had been coming in an alternative manner for decades. And there is a clear lack of development there. There is a clear lack of capacity building there. There is a clear lack of infrastructural development there. There is a clear lack of lack of industrialization there. And we do believe that we can be the alternative that can give all this to the people. We do sincerely believe that we are the only party in Kerala which is capable of ensuring that people of Kerala also progress the same way the rest of India does under the leadership of our Prime Minister. And both the CPM and the Congress are together colluding to ensure that the BJP is kept out in Kerala. And it is very preposterous to see certain Congress leaders, central leaders, including Mr. Rahul Gandhi, making these kind of statements.
Okay, my last question to you is, you quit the party a year ago, and you were with the Congress for how many years?
So I was born into a Congress family, I
Yeah,
would say,
so
but 4
yeah,
years I did
actively.
work for the party also.
How have you seen your personal graph and your professional graph in BJP? The kind of responsibilities that you've got, the visibility that you've got, the opportunities that you've been given. How do you compare the two?
See, when I joined the party itself, I joined the party on the 6th of April last year, the party's foundation day. And then itself, I had made it very clear that I did not join the BJP for any responsibilities or titles or election tickets. I joined the party because I have full trust in our Prime Minister's vision for India. I have full belief and trust in the direction that the country is going under his leadership. And I wanted an opportunity to contribute towards that. And just like crores of people who have joined the BJP in the last few years, I also joined with the same intention, and that is to work towards our long-term vision of transforming India into a fully developed country in future. But then the party leadership have entrusted me with a lot of responsibilities for which I am very grateful for. I was made a national secretary, then I was made a national spokesperson. I was given.
You're doing something with the manifesto now. You
So
saying.
I am in the manifesto committee also. So the party is giving me responsibilities, and whatever responsibility the party gives, it was a responsibility which was given where I was asked to fight in Patanamthitta as the Bharatiya Janata Party candidate. So the party does give me responsibilities, and I'm very grateful to the leadership for the trust they are showing in me. And I do work hard to ensure that I can justify the trust that is given by the leadership. So I did not join this party with any intentions of any responsibilities, but these are all given by the party leadership. It's a trust that they are
So
showing
it's
in
more
me.
conducive for a young leader to join.
So rather than saying young leader, I would say anybody in this country, 140 crore Indians, we are working to ensure that 140 crore of our Indian population go together towards our destination of being a developed country. And we want to ensure that every single person contribute towards that. And therefore, we are very sure that more and more young people will join the party. More and more, you look at our manifesto right now. The four key pillars that we are targeting right now for growth and development is Garib Yuva Annadade and Nari, which is our poor population, our women, our young voters, and our farmers. We believe that if these four communities progress, India will also progress. And this is the belief with which we are working with. And we are very sure that more and more of these communities, more women, more young voters, more farming community, more people who are right now not a part of political or social mainstream at the moment, they will all join the BJP, and they will join the BJP, they will work for the BJP, not because of anything else, because we are working for their development, we are working for their upliftment. And we can only develop this country and we can uplift our people if people also contribute. So we will see more and more people joining us, and we will work with them to uplift and develop this country.
All right. Thank you, Anil. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
If you like the episode, do remember to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on our social media handles. They're all listed below. Thank you.